Alright, YouTube. Here's the deck profile I never thought I'd do. Top 32 nationals in North America. What's your name? What'd you play?
Hi, my name is James, and I played Swordsoul.
Best Swordsoul player I know, honestly.
All right, let's just get into the deck.
Yep.
So for the Swordsoul engine, I played 3 Ecclesia, 3 Meli, 2 Taya, and 3 Longyun. Most of this is pretty standard, besides the some people play just 1 Taya, and some may also just play 2 Ecclesia, but this card is really good going second. And 2 Taya just comes up because sometimes you have to discard it with Longyun and banish it with Desires. Sometimes I side out one game 2 if I go second, because you don't want to see too many normal summons. So that's it for the Swordsoul engine. And for the better half of the deck, I played 3 Ashuna, 3 Vishuddha, 3 Adhara, and 1 Shitana. Yeah, these are all just really good. You always want to see these cards in this deck, so that's why you max out on them. They all just help you gain advantage and break boards. Shitana is really good. It helps you extend. Crazy thing today, I actually outed a Gozen in a funny way with Shitana today. So yeah, that's it for the Swordsoul, the Tenyi engine. And then for the hand traps, I played 3 Ash, 3 Imperm, 3 Veiler, and 3 Nibiru. These are just the hand traps that are very generic. The only thing that's not very common is the main deck Nibiru. But I expected to play against a lot of combo decks this event, and Swordsoul, which I thought would be one of the most represented decks, I played 4 of in Swiss. And this just helped against everything. Even against my Despy opponent, he played into this game 1, and it was insane. So yeah, I wouldn't change any of the hand traps. Play a 6 negation hand trap since they combo the best with Nib.
John Alcantara, Ethan Wilson, table D.
And then for the spells, I played 3 Emergence. Best Swordsoul card, it's the only true 1-card starter. And it baits Ash really well since most people just Ash this. And then for the Tenyi spell cards, I played 3 Vessel and 1 Circle. Vessel is mostly better than Circle, but this helps you play around Interruption. And it also gives you a main deck out to Mystic Mine, so that's why I wanted to at least play 1. But overall, these cards are pretty good. I side them out a lot game 2 though, just because you need other cards to work with them. They don't really do anything on their own. We played 1 Called By. I didn't actually draw this too much, but in theory it was supposed to be insane going first. 2 Desires. Pretty good Swordsoul, so you play 2 Desires. You don't really care what you banish. And played 1 Blackout, best card in the deck. You search this every time you go first. So that's it for the main deck. And for the extra deck, played 2 Chi-Xiaos. Standard, you want to make this every time you go first. Interruption and it's a search. If you can't make this on the first turn, you're probably losing. 2 Baxia. Helps with extending and breaking boards. Very good card. Yazi helps you play around background token collector. I had to kill a few collectors with this today. Chaofeng helps you play around Nib and against Drytrons. And then for the 10s, I played 1 Baron, 1 Xixing, and 1 Chilling. They're all very good. you usually want to make this when you go first.
43, regional, 43, time to go to the blue
This is
bear.
really good for OTKs, and this is just good for playing through stuff. One Berserker. This card is just really good at like in certain situations. It's good in the mirror when you go first, and when you go second against just any deck, even if your hand is weak, you could just make this attack over stuff,
189.
and he becomes very big, and he's just really hard to out after that. So sometimes he could just get you there by making him on its own. And then for the links, I played 3 monks. I don't agree with 2 since you burn through these very quickly. It turns all of your Tenyis on. I played 1 shaman. Helps with extending and playing under barrier. And for probably my favorite card in the extra deck is Lina. This card was insane all weekend. So like this comes up mostly when you Nibiru your opponent, but you can also make it with other light monsters in your deck like Ashuna or Veiler. And if you Nibiru your opponent, you could crash this to search like a Veiler, Nid, or Ecclesia. Or sometimes you could just summon back your opponent's stuff. Like against the mirror match, this card is absolutely insane because you could summon back Boxia to get your play started. Yeah, like I've made this. If I'm being honest, I've made this at least 4 times more than I made Baron. Like this card is insane. Play this card, please. That's it for the extra deck. And for the tokens, since we're playing Swordsoul and Nibiru. Then for the side deck, I expect, like I said, I expected to play against a lot of combo decks. So I played a lot of board breakers. I played 3 Forbidden Droplets and 3 Dark Ruler. Overall, these were really good because I did play against a lot of combo decks. I played against a dragon opponent who set up Hot Red, Borland, Savage, and this just cleaned out his entire board. Oh, and he had a Baron too, so like this was just trading 1 for 4.
Pretty good.
And then 3 Lightning Storm. This is for backer decks, Swordsoul and Despia. And then 1 Red Reboot. I just side this in going second against pretty much any mid-range deck, just because they would side some going first cards against you. Yeah, this card is just really good. It's limited for a reason. And then for the going first cards, I played 3 Anti-Spell. And something that's not standard, I played 2 different Dimension Ground. I honestly can't tell you guys how good this card is because I never actually drew it, but in theory, it's insane because it's like a D barrier, which you could side against decks that make Link monsters like Dragon Link or Marincess or Tri-Brigade. And even against the decks which barrier would be good against, it's still pretty good because against the mirror, like they can't, all of their Tenyis are locked and then they can't build advantage off of the Swordsoul graveyard effects. And it really doesn't matter that your board is getting banished since they don't float anyways. So in theory, this card's insane, but I just never drew it.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's it for the deck profile.
All right. Now you got a lot of them. Shoutouts.
Yeah, I have a lot of shout-outs. Shout out to my friend Danny over here. Shout out to Sean, who's behind the camera. Shout out to Team Armageddon. Shout out to Andrew, who actually flew out here. Let's see, I definitely have more. A shout out to Kyle for helping me get a hotel and just supporting me the whole way. And shout out to Clemen especially for helping me deck build at 5 a.m. the night before the event.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so it was insane. He was the one who gave me the idea for the DD grounds.
Okay, yep. Top 32, won a prize card. Matt, and what else?
I'm getting a personal prize card. or not a crystal BLS, a BLS playmat, and some sort of deck box. They don't have it yet, so they're shipping it to me.
That's solid. All right.
All right, thank you for the deck profile.
Yep, thank you. Oh,
Let's go watch, see what the fuck's going on over there.